Hi guys. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this again. I already did this one time, but then when I rewatched the video, everything was upside down. So I don't know how to set up my camera so that I can use my journal or look at it facing me and not be upside down for you. I'm going to guess my camera has to be behind me and sort of over my head, but with my setup here, I can't really do that. So I'm going to show you the journal with it upside down for me, and hopefully you guys are going to see it upright. Okay, so I made this journal. I think it was my second one. And I've been looking at it and thinking, I'm going to take it apart. I want to take it apart and make two journals out of it because I think it's just too fat and you can't really do anything with it. And I kind of see where I screwed up. There's too much space between the bottom of the pages and the bottom of the book. So if you stand it up, eventually the book is going to give out. It's not going to, because there's going to be too much weight on these two pieces holding it up. And I missed a whole row of buttons and I'm not a fan. So I want to redo it now so that I can get everything to look all right. So this is the cover and there's just like a little journaling card. The image, I just thought the image is absolutely adorable with the little girl on her sewing machine because that would have been me. And then there's, I just put some of these embroidery floss cards in here, because I buy those at the thrift store. There's like hundreds of embroidery threads and all that kind of thing. This is from a pattern book that I bought. It had a bunch of the quilting pieces on this hard plastic. So I just cut them all out and used a couple of little button style brads. Can you see? Good. And that was that. I thought it was really cute. Anyhow, we'll open this guy up and look at it. I'm going to have to keep checking to make sure that I'm actually in the camera because I tend to move around a lot. Okay, so here's the front. When I was almost finished this journal, I had gone to a Goodwill store I'm in Canada. So we have, well, I think Goodwill is everywhere. Anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. I found this and I just absolutely couldn't believe my eyes. Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? And it's like, it's got a lady's name on it and her address and it says Paris. And I thought, oh, wow. And it's in pretty good shape. It's a little stained, but anyway, it's so cute. And that's the front pocket. And I just put some, little Mod Podge card with a napkin and some little of these guys. I can't remember what they're called. There's a little envelope here with a little, I don't know what you would write in here. I suppose you could write hi. It's a beautiful day. I don't know. And then the little measuring tape I thought was pretty darn clever with the little eyelets there. There's the first page, and it's got this was a napkin, and I just Mod Podged it onto a piece of paper. Like, what a cool way to decorate a piece of paper. And this was just some cardstock I bought years ago when my daughter was into scrapbooking. And it's velvet, like it's actual velvet. Anyway, it's pretty cool. This was a charm pack I bought at Michael's for half price. And I was super pumped, and I should have bought all 3 of the packs they had left sitting there because it's so cute. It's a little spool. I'm going to guess well, it's not thread that's on there, but anyway, it's really cute. This was when I was first trying to learn, all the different ways, mixed media and, junk journals and all that kind of stuff. So I bought some modeling paste and I tried it on my stencils. And, well, you can't really write on this, but it looks cool. Anyway, so I thought I'd throw it in here. Coffee stained graph paper. One day I sat with a bunch of old vintage buttons that I had, and I just printed off these button cards off my computer, and just sewed all the buttons on while I was just sitting there watching TV. I did a bunch of these, and what a fun little thing to do in front of the TV. I really like them. I think they're so pretty. On these old, you know, style, vintagey button cards. I've got a little flip up here. I've seen so many YouTube videos, and lots of gals use this. I couldn't even begin to tell you where it originated. I'm not even sure who I got it from. So just thank you to everybody that does YouTube video tutorials on junk journaling, because I think I've watched them all now. And so I get something from everybody. Anyway, another flip up there. My daughter made me some tags. So I just backed them with cardstock or paper and put a ribbon through it. And then that one's like a little tag. I made this one of the first things I made when I was playing around. It's just catalog, pictures from a catalog, a Victorian style. They sell everything Victorian. Anyway, so this looks like they're cards or something. So I just cut the images out and sewed them to things. And then a little journaling spot if you want. This is wallpaper I got at the secondhand store. And a little image that I just sewed it onto pattern paper. Added a little flower, a little lace. Another piece of that pattern book, the hard plastic. That's an embroidery sheet. Like a pattern, I guess. I'm not sure. Another piece of that hard plastic makes very good little corner pockets. And a cute little tag. Mod Podged with a napkin. And this was another little tag. I bought this at a little paper store in Bruges, which was another gorgeous little store I've been to. Wish I could have stayed longer, but husband had to get moving. So here's that napkin again, Mod Podged on a piece of paper. Just a little journaling card. I actually tried to ink it or edge it with shoe polish because I didn't have, you know, the stampy thing with the ink. So it kind of made a mess, but whatever. I have the stampy thing now because I didn't really care for the shoe polish. And then a little button card. This was a men's tie. I was on a men's tie art quilt kick, and I still kind of am, but I pushed it all aside for a little bit because I was getting pretty tired of it. So I had a bunch of these diamond shapes cut out of some of my favorite fabrics, and I just had them sitting around, so I thought, oh, I'm going to use them in my journal. And I think they turned out all right. Yeah. And then this is from... a little tab is from my husband's shirt when it comes back from the dry cleaners. They put these little things on his shirts. So I pulled them off. Actually, I didn't pull them off. I pulled it out of the garbage because he tore it off his shirt and I saw it sitting there and I just glued it back together. Anyway. And then there's a little card. Isn't that cute? Little bird and cherries. I like that. And then a little tag slot in there. And then, hi. And then more stitching or that embroidery paper. I don't think I have to tell you paper, you guys. I'm pretty sure you know what paper is. And then there's like a 3-pocket page with a, I don't know, this one didn't have the pocket on top. And a little tag. I ripped the paper here, so I'm going to have to get a piece of washi or something to fix that up. And then another tag here. I love all of this paper. It doesn't necessarily match. It's not bad, but it doesn't. Anyway, I just love them. So that wallpaper again. Here's a little card, or a, yeah, thing with the flower. Oh, flippy. Sorry, I don't do videos very often, so I'm not really sure. Anyway, another one of those tags that my daughter made for me. And beautiful piece of paper. Just Mod Podged these, or probably just glue. It could be just glue. I fussy cutted them off a photocopy and glued them on. This was from Kelly. I think this was her idea. I'm almost pretty sure that I got this from Kelly on the paper clip. Which is, they're adorable. I could sit and make those for hours as well. Another men's tie. And then there's the back of that velvet paper. Isn't it beautiful? Then I have some quilting cotton that I bought. I'll show you later on, actually. A little card, an envelope. This is such a pretty page. Another one of those little charms from that pack. This was a stamp. It was the card that a stamp I bought was sitting on, and I really like the image, so I just stuck that in there. This is paper that I made from you open a chocolate box, and then there's a piece of paper over top of the chocolates. So I just sewed on an image. Added some fringe and another image. I think I Mod Podged that and sewed it. And there, had a sheet of paper. A couple of playing cards, the Jokers, because I love the Jokers. And just a little book that I put some stamps on. The Handcrafted Boutique. This is from that pattern book, and it's like a big old pocket. And then I really like this part of the card. Well, actually, this side's pretty cool too. Actually, I like that side too. But these are tarot cards, and I don't know anything about tarot. So I sure hope they're good. I'm going to assume it's good because the colors are really pretty, and the dog is cute, and the butterfly is beautiful. So I think it's all good. And then I made this little envelope out of a piece of paper and a napkin with a little, journaling book inside. More of that edged by shoe polish that I won't do again. This is the label from the tie, one of the men's ties. And that just slips in there. Paper, more men's ties, and a little, like a card, postcard thing. I think it's referred to as ephemera. That's what that is. Yeah, just stuffers, things to put in the pockets and tucks. Man's tie. This is a little secret sort of journaling. It's got the little snap tape, and it's a pretty nice image. I like it. The colors are off on my printer. I need to get some ink. Anyway, another pocket here. Nothing in it. I bought a journal from Kelly, and this was inside the journal, and it's so pretty. I thought it was so pretty. So I just scanned it and then photocopied it and backed it with some music paper. A little belly band, tie, pattern paper, tie. And then this idea is from Johanna. I don't know her last name. I just remember her going, Johanna. So anyway, she made these little quilt pieces. So I used some men's ties, gorgeous purple men's ties, and backed it with cardboard and then embossed it. I could also spend hours making those. They're a lot of fun. Let us be elegant or die. Any Amy Little. Can't read it. Sorry. Anyway, I don't know where this came from, but it's some kind of pack I got. It's cute. Sewing paper. Oh, these little pockets here have these gorgeous tags. So I embossed them, and then I colored it with the stamp. But you know that you do your edges? Well, I just did that on here with the little cameo charm. So pretty. So pretty. Pop in there, the little charm sticking out. And then this tag, same thing, embossed and inked. That's the word I was looking for. Sorry. I don't know all the terms yet. So the back of that chocolate paper, which I know lots of people like the sounds of all the crinkly papers. This is a good one. And a little clothing label backwards. An old vintage postcard, and I'm sure it's vintage. And I got it from that same store in Bruges that I got some of that other stuff. Pretty paper. This is part of that a fabric collection called She Who Sews, and she has really the neatest quilting cottons, and so I just used that in there. Some more ephemera. These are from IKEA, and I think they come in packs of 5 or 6 cards, and I find them at Goodwill all the time, like unopened. No, like did people just buy them and get rid of them? I don't know. Anyway, so I have a whole bunch of these now. I find them all the time, and I think they're great cards for journals. They look nice. They're cute. And some more playing cards with the napkin Mod Podged. These are from Bruges as well. This was from a brewery, Bruges Zat. And they don't have aces. They have ones. I thought that was cool. Anyway, those are in there. This is a pretty page. A little homemade envelope that I made out of a napkin that I found at a antique store. Another thing I found at the antique store. Look at this. These are needles. Look at that gorgeous foil. Anyway, so I scanned this so that I'll always have scans of it in case I end up selling a journal with one of these in it. And then another page with the button strip. Almost looks a bit like a snippet roll, but not really. It's just lace and buttons and a little bit of stuff. Another one of these pages. It's so pretty. And then just to write on. Okay. Purple cabbage paper. I boiled the heck out of a purple cabbage. Chucked the cabbage because it was inedible. You couldn't eat it. It was it was almost white already. I'd boiled it so long. But the paper that it left behind, or the water that it left behind, was so purple. It was just, oh, it was so beautiful. It smelled kind of funny when my papers were wet, when I was soaking them, but the smell is gone. They don't stink anymore. I was so worried. I thought, oh God, I can't put that in a journal. But it's okay now. And then the coffee stained paper, a little envelope with I think this was from Kelly's idea, or I think I got it from Kelly. There's another one of those cute little button cards. I put a B on the back for button. And then yeah. You could just journal on there or not. It's cute. I like it. I love doing all this stuff. It's so fun. And then, playing around with my stencils and spray inks. And so the papers, they ended up in here. Vintage snap fasteners, 15 cents. It's pretty darn cheap. It probably wasn't in those days, but I like this pattern. It was 35 cents. Like there's some patterns now I think Vogue patterns are like $18 to buy new. Well, I never would do that, but I think that's how much they are. Anyway, pretty. More cabbage paper. Some more tags my daughter made me and paper she gave me. Another playing card under there. Pattern paper, circle stencil with red ink, and then a men's tie with the red and black. So pretty. And then we have this little pocket. It's like a double pocket with some more of those tags that my daughter made for me, which are absolutely beautiful. I think she got them on Pinterest. And she just printed them off on some really nice paper. I think like 70-pound paper or 80-pound paper. Like I didn't even have to back it. And it's very nice paper. And I didn't coat it with anything. Like that's how they came out. Anyway, I was on the hunt for that paper since she gave me that. Some more cabbage paper, a little ticket with scissors, and this just opens up. And then it just slips under there. Pattern purple, gorgeous, gorgeous purple man's tie. And it's a pocket that's got, oh, it's got a lot of stuff in it. So it's got, I had fun doing this. This one, maybe Kelly also. You know, from Junk Journal Junkies, etc. Anyway, so it's a little, like a little writing thing, but isn't it pretty? If I say so myself. I thought it was so pretty. It's another thing that I could spend a lot of time doing is like collaging and you know, mixed media stuff. I really quite enjoyed this. Another tag. There's a little ticket in there. Some more tags that I just made. And I'll just pop them in there. Yeah. And it's, you know, those glassine bags. I think I made these ones actually. Just out of, I think, waxing paper. Waxing paper or parchment. I don't, one or the other. And more cabbage paper, coffee dyed paper. This is napkin on and a fabric pattern or a pattern paper. That it's like that pattern tissue paper. That's the words I was looking for. Another button card. A woman can be overdressed, but never over elegant, by Chanel. Lovely. And those just pop right in there. Little doily. Another little pocket. Oh, I really like this page. I don't know why. I just think it's so pretty. And this back stuff. And some little journaling cards. This was drawer liner paper that I found at Goodwill in a box. Comes in a roll. And so I just put a little lace, and there's another one of the little charms. Oh no, I lost where that goes. Oh no, they're right there. It's a little weird doing it upside down. I hope you guys can see it all right. I gotta learn this video stuff. I really do. Okay, so there, look at the size of that tag. Embossed and inked. And then another button. Oh, isn't that cute? Little buttons on the little button card. Pop it in there. Cabbage paper. This is, I scanned a piece of the fabric of that She Who Sews collection. And this is, so I just printed it out, and that was one of them. And there's a little, this was a collaged, kind of like a Franken tag with Mod Podge and all my scraps. Scrap paper and lots of, you know, inked stuff that I played with, trying to learn. I'm just trying to learn how to do everything. And another chocolate box cover, or yeah, cover, and then some journaling paper, another one of these cute little paper clips that Kelly made. And I'm sure I got it from Kelly's. Oops, that goes there. I'm upside down, remember. Okay, there we go. And then this was another one of the first tags I ever made when I was playing around with that catalog of the vintage stuff. And so I just put some pattern paper and then the picture of, looks like a set of Old Maid cards they're selling, which I probably should have purchased because, no, I can't. The shipping is too crazy. Shipping from the States to Canada, it's crazy expensive. Ugh. Anyway, this is true, legit, vintage ledger paper. I bought a book at an antique store. Every page has a letter glued on like that, like a tab. I didn't coffee dye it because to me it looked old enough already. Pattern paper, another playing card with a napkin, and a pretty little piece of paper, and the tuck. And then a little pocket with a card. Some more men's ties pieces. It's another one of those IKEA cards. I just stamped that stamp on the back. Look at that. Isn't he cute? I don't know if you're seeing it upside down or right side up. Okay, if it's upside down for me, then it should be right side up for you guys. So anyway, that's the cute little squirrel. And I just put it there because I don't know what I did with this, but it's kind of weird. I'm not sure how I did this. So I put that in the pocket. I'm sorry, hang on. Get that in the pocket. Get that underneath the tuck. Oh, there we go. Okay. So he goes in there. Beautiful purple men's tie. That back of that ledger paper. I did some acrylic paint pouring. And I had done so much of it, and I had so many canvases. I was so tired of them. I didn't have any place to put them anymore. So I decided to do it on watercolor paper. And I really love the way they came out. So I did a bunch on watercolor paper, and now I have a ton of the watercolor paper, acrylic paint poured to use for stuff like this. I thought it was pretty fantastic. And then a little tag stuffed under there. And I just covered that, and then the button really matched that. I'll show you one of my canvases I took it apart. And so I thought I was going to use it for a book cover. Look at, isn't that cool? So it was a painting, a canvas, and I just backed it with cardboard. That's going to be my next project. I'm going to think of a theme for that and get on that one. Well, no, I have a couple of other projects before that. There's just not enough time in the day, I swear. It's crazy. The back of that She Who Sews fabric, cabbage paper, and a little tiny little snippet. Another big beautiful tag with some gorgeous gems. Some lace. This was part of that charm set. It's a measuring tape. And then I have two pockets here. Are you getting this? And just, some ephemera. Library card tucked into there. And then another gorgeous big tag with gems. And just some back of a calendar book, I think it was. Okay, music paper, pattern, that hard plastic pattern paper. And then, okay, so more of these, cards. I did a whole bunch of them, so I'm trying to get rid of them. Well, not really, but anyway. So men's ties, pinky sort of men's ties, embossed, backed on cardboard and embossed. Did I already show you one of those? I think I did. Anyway, and I think they're from Johanna, but I don't know her last name. This is the second time I do this video, so I don't remember what I told you and what I didn't, because if I repeated myself, sorry. That opens up. More paper. This is a little pocket that I sewed on. I didn't put anything in there. This is from a doll book. Look at those images. Like, oh my goodness. The colors and, I don't know. I think I don't know what it is. I don't even know if I love it, but I just think that it's just so interesting. That's what it is. It's an interesting image. And I like that. Anyway, so this is hard plastic again. It was a pattern piece that I just cut out. Look at this cute little... Cute. I know. I think it's cute. And then a little Singer ticket. A little band with a more ephemera. And then more playing around with ink and stencils. And this is another gorgeous man's tie. And I did a bit of a collage there with the lace and music paper, a ticket with a butterfly stamped. So fun. So fun. Another band with this card. The tower. I hope that's okay. It's not a beautiful image, but I'm sure it's fine. Okay, from the pattern book, more images, interesting images. And there's another one of those doll. Look at the colors. I don't even know what year, 60s, 70s maybe? Oh, I don't know. I like it. Then I attempted one of those waterfall things. I don't don't particularly care for it, but I don't mind. You know, for practice, it was just kind of trying to figure things out. Oh, I have a thing in here. And it's like a little journaling card that I sewed with dry cleaner's tag on it. Oh my goodness, this book. It's going to be a shame to take it apart because I really do love it, but it's kind of useless. Like, I don't really know what to do with it. I'm stuck. If you guys have any ideas, please let me know, but I just don't know. Oh, this is a pocket here. I forgot about that. And I think we're close to the last page here. Another one of those quilting cards by Johanna. And then another man's tie, little collage. And look at that. Fruit of the Loom pins. Like, what? And then another tag that my daughter made for me. Pretty, pretty, pretty. So, that's the book. And so I'm going to take this apart. And I'm going to, I think, make 2 books out of it. And then I want to come back and video the 2 new books that I make, you know. Anyway, that's that. I want to show you my next project, something I got so excited about. I found this fabric. Actually, it was a dress at Goodwill. And I just loved it because, of course, it's purple and it's glittery. And you can never have enough purple or glitter. So I put some buttons on there. And then I just used a bunch of the kind of pretty papers that I had. You know, like scrapbooking papers. I haven't decorated it at all yet, so that'll be next. And then I'm going to maybe do that art quilt. Or this is one of the 2 pages, or 2 of the squares that I made for that art quilt that I was going to make out of men's ties. And I decided to sew them together, and I'm going to use it as a book cover. Isn't that a cool idea? Anyway, that's going to be another book. So I've got a lot of books to do. Or in my head, I've got a lot of books to do, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. See ya.